All right, everybody, welcome back. So we have moved on and now are in our first area of the Heritage Center. Phyllis is joining us, and Phyllis, I want to ask you what is the significance of the Grand Island, and what is the background, the history of it?
Grand Island was the destination for Abraham Williams in the early 1800s, and for many years he was the only white settler between Lance and the Sioux. And he operated a fur trader's cabin on the island. He also had brought his family here from Illinois. And we have a book that was written by Beatrice Castle on the Grand Island story. And so what we've done here is to highlight the different eras that Grand Island has seen. It wasn't always a part of the National Forest, the Hiawatha National Forest. It was owned by Cleveland Cliffs after the Williams. And so they developed the tourist industry there. And there is sections of the island that are populated, not year-round, but summer homes. And so it was Mather from Cleveland Cliffs that really went on to develop the island after the fur trade industry. And they also made maple sugar, and they logged the island. But they also built a hotel and cabins, and brought people over and had a very classy place. And we can see this. We're going to go through the book, and here's the first page. You can see the book in the case here, and that the Grand Island story begins with the Ojibwas, the Jesuits, and the voyagers that visited here. So we're highlighting that part of it with this page here, and the map as it was, the primitive map. And so Jesuits came here already in 1670 to 71.
The first map of Lake Superior, it says.
Yes, right. And the second part of the book here is Americans exploring the island. And so it was a drop-off place for people traveling the lakes. It was a safe harbor. And so they would stop in here. In 1820, Governor Lewis Cass made a tour of the Great Lakes. And so he was here with Henry Schoolcraft. So we go way, way back with Grand Island. And we have some Native American artifacts here.
Where do some of these artifacts come from? Where have you sourced these materials? I know you were heavily involved in the creation of this display in here.
Right. Those we had in our collection. And then this particular one is the era of Abraham Williams and his family. And his family has given us these artifacts. In fact, there's Abraham Williams' Bible in here, in this display. This is a picture of Mrs. Williams. And those were her dishes. And then you see the ironwork. Those were, Abraham Williams was also a blacksmith. And so there's a lot of pieces on the island yet that we could say he had made.
So it seems like there's a lot on Abraham Williams and his contributions to creating industry out here in Munising, industries that have persisted. So I guess, how would you relate some of what's going on in here, stepping back in time, to the modern day, present Munising that we all know?
Grand Island's a very popular spot for day campers or day trippers, they call them.
Going out, hiking, that sort of thing.
And then there's people that will extend their stay. And so it's a great destination, and they always want to know the history. What has happened on this island? And when Cleveland Cliffs had it, they put in exotic animals and raised them on the island. And we see 3 examples here. And then this display here shows maple syrup industry. And that is no longer continued on the island. But Cleveland Cliffs actually did, and they made money from it.
So are these animals not actually native to the area? Or
No.
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 Interesting. See a peregrine falcon, a wolf
Yeah,
dog
like a
hybrid,
wolf, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
an albino deer.
Yeah.
And then we have pictures of the hotel here. And this was the actual buggy that they used on the docks to bring luggage from the boats up to the hotel. There's, we have the register from Hotel Williams. Do you see the little box there on the wall?
Oh, I see it. I see
Yeah,
it.
the pad.
Yeah, I almost missed it. Okay, I see it now.
You know, one thing that I'm really intrigued by is this wedding dress that we have here right around the corner because of the style. I couldn't even pinpoint what year this is from, but I don't know. I feel like this style is coming back into trend in the year of 2025.
A local girl got married on the island, and so that's why we have her dress here. That's probably the only wedding we know of that was at that time.
Seems very sleek for an old wedding dress. I pictured like a lot more poof and tulle.
And we have Abraham Williams' desk, and these chairs came out of some of the cottages on the island.
And look at this. Are these artifacts found in Lake Superior? Or?
Yes. Yes. And for many years, there's been archaeological digs on the island.
So what about this this boat right here? What is the significance of that?
We'll let Mary Jo tell you.
This boat was put together by Pete Benzing, a local, I would say, an artist. And the South American used to come into our harbor constantly. You know, would come in with guests and stuff. We had the hotel down by the bay. It just slipped my mind what the name of it was.
Beach Inn.
The Beach Inn. And they would come off on, to go to the motel and that. But, the story behind it, a lot of the boys, the young boys in middle school and that would jump for quarters into the lake, actually, to get the quarters off the bottom and bring them up. So it's quite a story. But, yeah, it came in. It was, it was really a big deal. And it was quite a while ago when it started coming in. So.
And now in the present day, we see a lot of these big ships coming in for different reasons. Ships bringing in tourists, cruisers into the Great Lakes. I mean, not necessarily the Munising area. But I just think that's something that's really interesting, the types of travel and why these travelers are coming to the area. We do have to take another commercial break, but we'll pick up this conversation when we come back.